Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of my weekly watch roundup, where I give you a quick run through of the stuff that I have watched this week, TV and film. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so what have I been watching? In no particular order. Let's go through the TV stuff first. See, I've got my little book out. I have to keep note of what I watch because I forget. So there's quite a bit of it this week, actually. Okay, so the latest thing I've watched today was Blade Runner Black Lotus, the season finale, or series finale. I don't know which way that'll play out, but it was a fantastic series, fantastic episode. The animation's a bit with the characters, but the world they inhabit looks superb, looks Blade Runner, feels Blade Runner. If you get the opportunity to watch this series, watch it. I've watched some of it in its original Japanese language and some in English, depending on what was available to me at the time, but nevertheless an enjoyable ride. Next up, latest episode of Peacemaker from DC. Again, really enjoyed it. Oh, I mean, I enjoyed this stuff because I'm watching it. Very funny, had some very humorous scenes in it. Characters like Vigilante, and you know, again, another series that if you're not watching, you should be watching. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about them because I have done reviews for all of these. For literally everything on this list I have reviewed, so you can go and check out individual reviews for these episodes and films. Next up was Superman and Lois. A great episode. Obviously a bit disappointing that we didn't get Doomsday at the end of the last week's one, but the Bizarro stuff seems to be working out well for it. And yeah, Tyler Hoechlin again, he's fantastic as Superman. I love that we've got Superman at a different point in his life where he's got family and children, because it's a part of the character, it's a side of the character that we've never seen before in film or TV. Then we have the Book of Boba Fett, yes, episode 6. So one episode left until that's finished. Now, what can I say again? What can I say? Mandalorian, Grogu, Ahsoka, Luke Skywalker, Order 66. I don't know what to say. I was blown away by this episode, and first and foremost, Timothy Olyphant, a fantastic actor who I love, back in it again. But the programme's got a problem when your two best episodes don't revolve around the title character. That's all I can say. Check out my review. I'll go into more detail as to the issues with this show. Star Trek Prodigy, the animated series that finished hit its mid-season point, 10 episodes in. I didn't even know it was the mid-season. I thought it was a series finale, to be honest. You know, Lower Decks only run for 10 episodes. I just had the assumption in my head that this was 10 episodes long as well. But no, apparently there's another 10 episodes to come. Fantastic. It does finish on a cliffhanger. It introduces Captain, or Admiral Janeway, I should say. Janeway's been in it as a hologram Janeway, but now you've got Janeway coming into it from Star Trek Voyager. Resident Alien, Alan Tudyk. Fantastic series. This is just on another level for humour. It's so well written. The characters are so great in it. Just if you haven't seen Resident Alien, I don't know where you've been. No, I understand not many people watch it, or may skip over it and not be interested, but you won't be disappointed. One of my favourite shows of last year. Check it out. Now, then I watched Maximum Overdrive, which was a subscriber recommendation. Yes, so I've done a review for this film. I watched it. I reviewed it. Stephen Luther, one of my subscribers, he asked if I'd seen it, sort of recommended I watched it, because it's a Stephen King, big rigs, trucks run amok sort of thing, done by Stephen King, crazy concept. It was an enjoyable enough film. It wasn't bad. But so, as a subscriber, if you're watching this, if you've got a recommendation for a film that you think I may not have seen, then stick it down below in the comments if you want me to watch something and review something. I'm happy to, and you know, obviously your name will be mentioned as the subscriber who's requested me watch this and give it a review. Yeah, so fantastic. Then I watched a film called Imminence. Now, I watched some films this week that have sort of come out of nowhere I knew nothing about. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to watch them. The first was Imminence, which is this sort of sci-fi horror film about these scientists who are in a search for extraterrestrial life, and they detect something. They go out into the ocean to find this crash site of something that's come down from space, but it plays off against themes of religion versus science, you know, the battle that these two entities have, so to speak, that you've got scientists on board, you've got strong religious belief people on board, and is what's happened something scientific, or is it something religious? And you get this clash of and ultimately I actually enjoyed the film, and like I said, go and check out the review. It's just a few videos back. And then the same with a film called Last Survivors. Yes, I watched a film called Last Survivors. It stars Alicia Silverstone, but please don't let that put you off, because I went into it thinking, okay, this is the second Alicia Silverstone film that I've watched in a matter of a week, right? Because, you know, she's like a bus, right? You've had none for ages, and two come along at once. You know, I don't think I've seen an Alicia Silverstone film since Batman and Robin. Yeah, so, and then I've got two in a week. So anyway, but this one is set in this post-apocalyptic future where you've got this father and son living away from the remnants of humanity, isolated in the middle of rural sort of, no, it ain't rural, so, you know, ice sort of tundra type of foresty, snowy place, miles away from anywhere. If they see any outsiders, they'll kill them. Because because outsiders are bad and all this sort of thing, where Earth's gone to crap. The father gets injured, the son has to venture out into sort of inhabited places to try and find medicine, only to meet this woman who starts getting involved with him and is a threat to the father's way of life. And there's a lot more to it than that. There's twists, there's turns, there's stuff that you find out, and again, it was just a thoroughly enjoyable film that I got on board with, and I'd highly recommend it. Again, my review, you can go and watch it. Then I watched Nightmare Alley. Now this got me thinking of a new series of film I've done. I've done one on this called One I Switched Off, because I didn't get into this film. I got about half hour into it, and I just had to turn it off. It's a 2.5 hour film. Really, I don't know, it didn't sit for me, it didn't work for me. I was bored, I wasn't invested in any of the characters and this sort of thing. And subsequently it made me think, well, why don't I do a video called One I Switched Off? And this is going to be a new series. If ever I switch a film off, I'm going to talk about it. Why not? I mean, you know, okay, I can't give you a solid review on the film, but I can certainly share my thoughts and my opinions on the amount that I saw and why it wasn't working for me. So yeah, so keep an eye out for them. And then last film I watched, as my brother mentioned it, and obviously I'm aware of the film, and that was Cop Shop, but it looks rather generic in its poster, and I hadn't really watched a trailer for it. So anyway, so I went into this film blind. I like Frank Grillo, got no problem with Gerard Butler. The film for me was a film of two halves, as in the first half bored me, the second half was pretty good, but ultimately it was an okay film. I think it lacked any sort of tension or anything like this. It had a great performance in it by one individual, and again, go check out my review for full in-depth talk on this film. Yeah, so anyway, so that was it. That's just a quick rundown of stuff that I've been watching this week. What sort of things have you been watching? Let me know down below. I know that Reacher started, and I've, and I believe I'm going to be starting that probably tonight. I just haven't had the time over the weekend. Yesterday I was busy out all day. Friday night I was out. Yeah, so I just ain't had the opportunity to start that one, but I'm really looking forward to it. And I'll talk about that next week, because I've got some thoughts on it, and stuff that I've said in the past to people about Reacher as a film series, and we'll get into that. But anyway, so this is AJ. Thank you for watching. Please consider hitting the subscribe button, coming and joining me on the channel. Like I said, I reply to all comments. I like having discussions with people. It's great. It's worthwhile. So let me know your thoughts on anything down below, and I'll get back to you. And if you have got a recommendation of something I could watch that you think I may not have seen, I mean, you might say something, I'll say I've seen it. But if it's, you know, I'll see if I can source it and watch it. But anyway, so again, I'm off now, and I'll see you later all. Take care. Goodbye.